Good morning to the new members and to the old members that found their way back to the community. I need you more than you need me. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in this morning, as we do have quite a bit to talk about. We'll get into H-bar at some point in this update, as we're up over 16%. And if you did buy with us on Winning Wednesdays and FOMO Fridays some 6-7 months ago, we bought around the 5.2 level. So we have 100% our portfolio. So we 1X. So I want to congratulate everybody who bought that, as it's been a beautiful journey together, but we still have a long ways to go. XRP currently is up 0.55%. We're sitting at the 55.94 level. Bitcoin's up 162 point, or about 170 points to 52,323. We do have a thinly traded day here today. We do have like the gold markets open. We don't have commodities trading or anything, but you still have the DXY and gold and things like that trading. We just don't have anything over the top in the stock market and things like that because of President's Day. So we'll take a very close and defined look at what's going on. Right now, XRP is over the top of the descending triangle. We'll just go through a quick synopsis real quick. XRP is over the descending triangle, which the resistance right now is about 55 cents. About 55 cents right now we need to hold. I think it's like 54.9 as we continue to go down a little bit on that downtrending resistance line that we're over. Now that we're over the top of that, it firmly falls into that July of 2023 formation where the downtrending resistance sits at about 594, 59.4 cents. And if you get past that, then we can have a clear run up to that June of 2022 rising channel resistance, which is what it looks like we're trying to target to see if we can break out of this area or continue on. But I will say there's some excitement here this morning with a lot of different cryptos that have bounced some 15, 20% already. And XRP seems to be lagging behind. We're trying to make that push out to about 60 cents here to see how this pattern formation is set up and to see if we are set up in more of a bullish formation or not. So I'll show you each of these little individual setups from a shorter time frame and farther out. And then as we go on, we'll read a little article about the upcoming thing with the SEC versus Ripple, as there's a deadline approaching tomorrow. So I'll update everybody on that. It'll be a short read through towards the end. And then after we get through XRP and Bitcoin, we'll also take a look at H-bar. As we know, it's up to about the 10.4 level. So it's very interesting as it's up 15% today. So let me timestamp this, and please make sure to hit that like button so that we can be helped with the YouTube recommendations. YouTube will recommend this update, and it will allow this community to continue to grow at a more rapid pace. But not just that, we'll be able to have an active discussion, and the old viewers along with the new viewers will be able to find their way to this update. So good morning. 10:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, February 19th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see here, XRP is sitting right around the 56 cent level. We're up about 0.38%. The major thing right now, Tommy, hi buddy. The major thing right now is that XRP has gotten on top of that descending triangle. And if we look at the support area right here, we could come back down if we do continue to consolidate. Is it possible to come down to 548 and retest? If we were to come down, you could absolutely do that. But right now we're looking for a clear out. So we'd be looking, and what I mean by a clear out is now that we got over 56 cents, we'd be looking for a push up to try to touch that next layer, which is this downtrending resistance. And this would be the pattern that started in July of 2023. This is after you clear the pattern from June of 2022. And now you have an over-the-top resistance at 593. So what it looks like we're searching for on this next push up would be that move to 593. We've already had a golden cross in the 4-hourly. And we're holding the 20-day right now after coming down to retest the 200-day to see how bullish this pattern formation is. So that's what we're looking at very closely right now. We can even do this in the immediate short term and say, you know what? We've started some kind of uptrend here. So as long as we can hold this, this could be the new stable zone. So that's how you can look at it as well. But this just brings you back down to, what is this, 526. So that's kind of like an in-between level, 528. As we try to establish the new zones. But I will tell you firmly, we've broken through the January of 2024 formation. And we firmly found ourselves now fighting this June of 2022 resistance that we're pushing up towards. If we get out of this, this is when real big stuff can start happening. If we get out of that 59.4 cents, that opens up the door to that rising channel resistance. And as we know from right here, I believe it's about an 8% move from here. Well, I mean, going all the way to the top from here, it's more than that. But the rising channel resistance is 19.9%. It's about 8% up to the top of the July 2023 resistance, which is at like 594. But the totality of this pattern, if we do continue to push up, this could be somewhat of a 20% rally here, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I'm still anticipating, as long as we properly push through these levels. I know a lot of people will say, well, why doesn't XRP run if it's meant to run? We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen. But these consolidation moments are good. These pushes up to the next level, like how we came through and broke through, back tested the breakout of a January of 2024 formation. And now we're fighting with the July of 2022 formation, or 23 formation. The other good thing for XRP is, like I said, we had a golden cross here, which is the 20-day crossing through the 200. Or if you're using the 50, 100, 200 instead of the 20, 50, 100, 200, you still had a golden cross with the 50 coming through the 200, which for some people, that's the more bona fide. That's how we know for a fact that we've actually hit where we need to hit. So, but that golden cross, we came down, we retested the 200-day down here at 537. And now we've pushed back over this downtrending support line right around the 54.8 line. And like I said, if we push up past here, the next resistance, I think it's pretty simple to see where that happens. This next downtrending resistance is right here at about the 59.36 level. So I say 594. And if you push past that, that's when you open the door to massive pattern formations. And the XRP market cap, or up 0.32%, or about 98.2 million to 30.5 billion. We're still making our move to try to touch this resistance at 32.23 billion. If we were to rotate down in the 4-hourly, we've already tested it once, so you don't technically really want to rotate down, but you would still be looking to see if that 200-day could hold at 29.4 billion. But since we back tested that golden cross and tried to confirm the signal, now as long as we hold that 30.3 billion approximately, you should be able to come up here in the short order to about 32.28 billion. So we've got a lot of opportunity here with XRP. If you're a holder, I do not believe this is the time to sell in this cycle. I believe we're just building up to have this magnificent rally. So I think we have to have that emotionless understanding of what's going on in the markets, and we need to take all the news and the charts alike to make an educated and informed decision. See, we don't play the victim here. We don't play we're not overly negative here. We play the winner. We're positive, but we have love in our hearts. So we do share with each and every person in the community, and we try to make it a lot easier to understand crypto, precious metals, and our entire trading setup. So Bitcoin's up by 92 points to 52,247. It's in a broadening wedge pattern, but I set it up with that uptrending support so you can see how it's more of like an ascending formation. And what I mean by that is, even though we are in this type of formation, we had resistance, a support way down here that we established, and now we bounced out. So basically you had resistance down to the pivot point, resistance. Now we had an uptrending support that is starting to prove this pattern hit again here. And now we're trying to prove that we can push out. If we were to break down, you know, you'd come back down here to 47,500 area. But if it breaks out of this broadening wedge, you do have a technical target right now. And I know it seems massive, but the technical target's all the way up to 55,607, believe it or not. So those are some massive targets. If we were to break out, we'll take a look at H-bar right now. I just wanted to put these back up here because somehow they were deleted, which happens all the time, so I'm used to it. So H-bar right now is up. So as I was saying, H-bar is up 15.4%. Anybody who was in the live last night, I did a overhead. We did an outlook, and I talked about how the push up, I put that added resistance line, and it came up there overnight. Last night when we did the live, we were at about 9.3, and we talked about the push up here to 10.2. And then if we get on top of it, we could have a massive outbreak. Massive. But now we've come up there. We've hit that uptrending resistance. We've hit that pattern formation. So now if we get on top of there, if you're watching, everybody, if you're a fan of H-bar, just like we talked about yesterday, if it can use that 10-2 area as a support, that 11 cent mark is going to come into the framework very quickly. And when I say very quickly, I mean very quickly. So now that's what you're looking at. You could get squeezed in between there for another rally up. But H-bar has almost exhausted this entire move. So it's been an incredible rally. As I said, we're up 1x as a community. We bought right at about 5. It's a little bit under 5.2, but that's where we put it at because that was our first buy over a series of 10 to 11 weeks at $50 a week. So it proved that as long as you find something in the right cycle, the asset, it will pay off dividends as you continue to pay or play truthfully to the asset. And that's what I'm looking at with XRP as well as the time goes. We broke through some major resistance levels. This can go goodbye. This was just a pointing arrow. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking very nice with H-bar. H-bar is trying to push up to 11 cents, but it has satisfied its technical move. So just be aware of that. If it does hold this support right here, then it could absolutely move unabated to 11 cents as long as 10.24 holds. So congratulations to everybody in H-bar because that has been a spectacular move. If you're paying attention to XRP, Ripple versus SEC, this is the deadline coming tomorrow. So XRP price steadies above 56 cents ahead of deadline in SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. XRP price climbed to 0.5627 on Monday, yielding over 6% weekly gains for holders. SEC versus Ripple's lawsuit remedies related discovery phase is drawing to an end on February 20th. Ripple whales have consistently accumulated in the past month. Retail investors and small wallet holders shed their XRP holdings. So basically you're seeing retail getting rid of their holdings, but whales consistently increasing their holdings. XRP price is at 55.93 cents on Monday. The altcoin has yielded nearly 6% weekly gains for XRP holders in the past week. The Securities and Exchange Commission SEC lawsuit against Ripple has a key deadline on February 20th, and it will enter a new phase with the end of remedies related discovery, a phase in which there is formal exchange of information. SEC versus Ripple lawsuit will see a formal end of its remedies related discovery phase on February 20th. The payments remittance firm had requested the court for a 1-week extension of the deadline. The initial deadline was for February 12th. The presiding judge granted the request to allow Ripple to take additional time to compile the information requested by the SEC regarding post-complaint, post-lawsuit. Institutional sales of XRP holders are in anticipation of the next steps. February 20th marks a key date in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, and XRP holders are in anticipation of the next steps in the legal battle. Typically, post the discovery phase, both sides are either in agreement of strengths and weaknesses of each side and enter settlement talks or summary judgments or proceed to trial that involves additional expenses and risk. XRP's large wallet holders have consistently added to the altcoin to their holdings. In the past month, according to data from crypto intelligence tracker Sentiment, small holders and retail investors have shed their XRP holdings in the same time frame as seen in the chart. In the past week, there has been a decline in whale transaction valued at $100,000, and higher and profit taking by large wallet investors has slowed down. According to the network realized profit/loss metric by Sentiment, these on-chain metrics paint a bullish picture for XRP price. The altcoin is likely to continue climbing higher in the coming weeks. Technical analysis, XRP price likely to rally to 60 cents in this uptrend. XRP price is on an uptrend that started at the end of January 2024. XRP price rallied to 56.27 cents early on Monday, and the asset is likely to continue to climb towards a psychologically important level of 60 cents. XRP price faces 3 key resistances in its uptrend at 50% Fibonacci retracement of the decline from the January 2024 high at 56.29 cents, 61.8% Fibonacci retracement at 58.12, and the 60 cent level. The moving average convergence divergence MACD indicator shows green bars signaling that there is a positive momentum XRP price uptrend to likely intact. According to green bars on the Awesome Oscillator AO, a daily candlestick closed below the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level could invalidate the bullish thesis and signal that a sweep of the 54.46 low is likely before XRP resumes its climb towards 60 cents. Ripple is a payments company that specializes in cross-border remittance. The company does this by leveraging blockchain technology. RippleNet is a network used for payments transfers created by Ripple Labs Inc. and is open to financial institutions worldwide. The company also leverages the XRP token. XRP is the native token of the decentralized blockchain XRP ledger. The token is used by Ripple Labs to facilitate transactions on the XRP ledger, helping financial institutions transfer value in borderless manner. XRP therefore facilitates trustless and instant payments on the XRP ledger chain, helping financial firms save on the cost of transacting worldwide. XRP ledger is based on distributed ledger technology and the blockchain using XRP to power transactions. The ledger is different from other blockchains as it has a built-in implementary protocol that helps fight spam and distributed denial of service DDoS attacks. The XRPL is maintained by a peer-to-peer network known as the Global XRP Ledger Community. And then what blockchain technology does XRP use? XRP uses the Interledger Standard. This is a blockchain protocol that aids payments across different networks. For instance, XRP's blockchain can connect the ledgers of two or more banks. This effectively removes intermediaries and the need of centralization in the system. XRP acts as the native token of the XRP ledger blockchain, engineered by Jed McCallum, Arthur Brittle, and David Schwartz. So that's just a little bit of information on what's going tomorrow, as we do have another phase in the SEC versus Ripple on February 20th. But I also wanted to give a little information about the history of XRP and the technology behind it so everybody would know. So if you're watching right now, just pay attention. XRP currently is over the January of 2024 support or resistance line on this descending triangle. And now if we can maintain this, even if we back test this, if we come back to like the 547, 546 area, as we hold this descending triangle, that would be very, very important. If we take a further look at the technicals, as we heard a little bit about the Fibonacci retracement, right now XRP is up 6% in the last week, up 2.63% in the last month, down 8.82% in the last 3 months, up 7.16% in the last 6 months, down 9.2% in the last year, and up 41.56% in the last year. XRP is in the neutral range, but if we look at the 4 hourly, the oscillator is 1 buy, 2 sell, 8 neutral. Moving averages has moved into a strong buy. Yesterday it was in a shallow buy, 11 buy, 3 sell, 1 neutral. The summary is we have 12 buys, 5 sells, 9 neutrals between the moving average and the oscillators and the 4 hourly. And then if we take a quick look at the 4 hourly Fibonacci, right now the levels have changed a little bit from yesterday. We have a pivot point at 55 cents now, which I love that level, just because that's the descending triangle. If we hold that level, we know we've confirmed to the next tier. Support 1, if we fall down, is 0.5246. I disagree with that. I think 534 pivot point is right there. And then S2 is 5089, according to the 4 hour Fibonacci. And the S3 is 4836. If we look at resistance 1 right now, we're looking at 5753 over the top, 5910 for resistance 2, and 6164, so 61.64 cents as far as resistance 3 and the Fibonacci and the 4 hourly. If you're looking for that information, just click on XRP on TradingView, slide over to more underneath here where it shows total circulating supply, go down to technicals, click on more technicals, switch to the 4 hourly, and then scroll down to the bottom, and that's how you get the Fibonacci. It also shows you the classics, the pivots, everything. So you can see all of that and more and educate yourself to have a more, informative approach to trading. So now you can see your own based on the news, the technical traders, and then what our own observation is based on the charts. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update this morning, please make sure to hit that like button. It'll allow YouTube to recommend this video to old and new users. If you do appreciate my work and you want to stick around for a while, hit that subscribe button. Join me over 20,200 subscribers as we hit another milestone today, going over that 20,200 subscriber mark. So I thank each and every one of you for that. If you want to show me personal support, you can always join Tom's Army or send a YouTube super chat. I ask one time a month that you consider doing that to put in or to pay it forward for the exorbitant amount of time I put in, because it's a lot. And then if you're looking to trade XRP, your favorite crypto, video description below and or pinned comments. There's MEXC right now. Take advantage of that. There's 0 spot fees or 0 leverage fees right now for the next, or at least the foreseeable future on MEXC. So take advantage of that while you can. If you don't like MEXC, there's a couple different options. There's PHEMEX, BITUNIX that I use that have lower spot fees as well, lower leverage fees, but you don't have to pay the exorbitant fees of Uphold. So other than that, pay attention to the charts that we've talked about. Have a blessed morning, everybody. I'll be back this afternoon. The markets are going to be volatile today because it is a thinly traded day, as the stock market is not open today. so you don't get a lot of those Bitcoin ETFs open. So pay attention to the money flow, and we'll update this in a little bit.